go up.
We shall see. Enjoy yourself in that commentary box today, chum. And we've also got, of course, John Higgins and Kyron Wilson. Wilson's had the calm, confident build-up, and, of course, Higgins playing on inspiration. They're just hiding somewhere in that corridor as we have a quick look at Stuart Bingham. Big day for him today. What an afternoon session this is. Just sit back, everyone, enjoy it and admire it. MC Rob Walker, let us get it started.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Quite simply, this is one of the best assembled fields ever waiting backstage for a single session of snooker at this famous arena. Between them, the four men have amassed 90 years of crucible experience and 83 ranking titles. It is a privilege to be here to witness them producing wonderful drama once again, as they always do, on day 11 at the Kazoo World Snooker Championship. It is showtime in Sheffield! Please welcome an absolute legend of the game. His deciding frame clearance late last night is one of the greatest breaks we've ever seen on the Crucible stage. It reminded everyone, including him, that on his day, he has incredible nerve under pressure. Come on, Sheffield, raise the roof for the one and only Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins. And his opponent, back to his very best, and back for a 7th quarter-final in 9 years. The quality of his potting has been sublime this week. Winner of 5 ranking titles. World finalist here 4 years ago. He will be so fired up for today, because he's the warrior, Kyron Wilson. And what a win it was for the 2015 champion late last night. His 13-11 victory over Jack Lazowski was an absolute classic. And here he is, emerging in front of his mum Maureen on her birthday for a 5th quarter-final, 11 years after his first. He's also playing the best snooker we've seen from him all season long, the pride of Essex, Stuart Ball Run Bingham. And now to the greatest player in history, emerging for a record-extending 22nd Crucible quarter-final. Winner of 5 major titles this season, still at the peak of his powers after 3 decades at the top, the one and only Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, this might just be a day to have 2 screens on the go, because Table 1 with Wilson Higgins live on the red button. iPlayer and app for now. We're going to start with live coverage here on BBC 2 with O'Sullivan and Bingham. Remarkably, it's John Higgins' mum, Josephine's birthday. Happy birthday, Josephine. And Stuart's mum, Maureen, as well. So plenty in common, a little bit between these 2 tables. And here we go. Stephen and John, it is all yours.
Thank you, Hazel. Well, birthdays, but this quarter-final match, well, it could be the icing on the cake. Where's the cue ball going? Ooh. Well, that's a nervy break-off shot. If it had gone in off, this red would have been a lot easier, but it's still something that might tempt Ronnie. And who better to be in the company of 7 times champion of the world, Stephen Hendry. Big match this for Stuart, and Ronnie won't take it lightly.
Absolutely not. Having lost to Stuart in the same round previously, he knows what Stuart's capable of. also, and perhaps more importantly, Stuart knows what Ronnie's capable of. And in knowing that, can he produce form good enough to stick with him in this very, very important first session of this 3-session match? You can virtually lose it this afternoon.
Yeah, I always feel with Stuart that it's the type of game that Ronnie plays that suits Stuart. It's all about potting, break building. There will be some safety thrown in, and I'd certainly give the edge to Ronnie in that department. But if Stuart's got his scoring boots on, he's a danger to anybody. So it's an intriguing first 8 frames.
Well, he started his match against Ryan Day
6.
in absolutely devastating form, and this looks to be in a similar vein, just judging by the first couple of shots. I think with these two players, both, obviously Ronnie's got the best cue ball control in the world, has ever been. Stuart's also devastating in this end of the table, so because the cue ball control is so good with both players, if they do miss, generally you're right in, because the cue ball's where it's supposed to be.
7.
Excellent shot there from Ronnie. You like this cue ball a little bit further away from the cushion, but it shouldn't cause a problem. Oh, but it did.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
It just
7.
shows you. You don't get your hand on the table, you're just digging down slightly.
And there's a collector's item. Ronnie O'Sullivan missing a black off a spot. One of the huge secrets of Ronnie's success is he always usually pots what he's supposed to pot.
Nicely on the blue.
As in the likes of
6.
Maguire, David Gilbert, Jack Lazowski, obviously Neil Robertson, who's in our studio. Stuart, incredible that he has to qualify to be at the Crucible.
7.
Well, I was trusting a little bit to luck with position, and in all honesty, hasn't had any. You play this blue, you would have thought to the far right corner, just looking on the right-hand side of the table as we look, where he'd like to leave the cue ball. At the moment, pink and black out of commission, so it's not the most straightforward of scoring chances.
I don't know if he had the angle in the blue. I think he would have preferred to maybe bring the cue ball in closer into the reds. Maybe try and... Everything seems to be blocking each other at the moment. Pink and black out of commission. That's why if he gets an angle in the blue, he may play some sort of cannon. Not to open reds up, obviously, but to say bring those two high-value colours into the equation. Just looking at the red and black here. If he plays a cannon into that red,
Check your earpieces because they're quite loud. Thank you.
What red will be on should he play that cannon?
Well, we'd be disappointed with that. He played the cannon on the pink.
18.
It was such a simple cannon. He missed it. And it begs the question now, What's he on? Nothing, I don't think.
Stuart Bingham, 18.
Where's this cue ball going? In the pocket, I think. Oh! Well, it's all right now. Little tap on the table there from Ronnie. Excellent safety there from Stuart. Can Ronnie get past the yellow? Just. And just is enough to catch it thin. Well, we didn't want to catch it that thin. Nearly took the paint off. Beautiful play. Good cue ball. Typical opening frame of a 3-session match, this. And both players will be happy just to get the pace of the table, get the cue arm going, settle into the match. As we've seen already, there's a few nerves out there. Stuart's break-off shot didn't hit it right, and then of course Ronnie missing the black off the spot. I don't think that would happen in, say, frame 2 or 3, but the first frame, always edgy, understandable. Didn't fancy the safety, so played that thinking the only red he could leave was the one he was playing, and there's a chance of this red to the left middle.
Yeah, it'd be a bit more appealing if the black was on its spot. Yes, it just shows how we've talked about it quite a lot this week, how the pockets are playing tight, and Ronnie didn't fancy dropping the red on for the black where it was, so he played the red to actually try and promote the black out a little bit. So it just shows you, even Ronnie knows how difficult these pockets are playing.
You saw both players missing the half chance. Yeah, but I've been, and I'm sure you have, Stephen, you know, talked to the players. They're really happy with the pockets. They're saying they're just right.
Well, to be fair, the middle of the pocket's in the same place, however tight they are. Aim for the middle.
Correct.
down on the amount of centuries scored this year compared to last year. And it's definitely a factor. Balls are not going in that previously they did. Should be the biggest test here, the World Championship.
Good safety from Stuart. And it's not that easy. The red just to the left of the black, you think is the red he's going to play safe off. Well, he's decided he can play the pot on this, has he, or is it just a containing safety? Oh, he went for the ultra thin one.
Stuart Bingham, 4.
Stuart may not have it replayed because he'll think, well, this red is potable. Ronnie trying to find a thin edge. Yeah, nicely played. And played it confidently enough to be on the blue.
Yeah, I think Ronnie would have paid attention to that. The way Stuart played that pot, there's no thoughts at all about getting the cue ball further up the table. Played it very confidently. Nice angle in the blue. You would think the cannon is the one just to the right of the pink. Chose not to play it. I thought he might have played it, so not so much to get in the red, but to bring the pink into play. A little bit surprised he refused that.
Yeah. He has an opportunity here to pop this red to the left corner and play for the black. It might seem a strange shot, but anyway, he's not looking at it. And I'm not making light of shots, but if he could have got the black and been right in behind him, he just rolled the black in and then all of a sudden the frame's at his mercy. But he's quite happy at the moment to just get what's there.
Well, as I said, this visit to the table could have been a lot easier had he have perhaps played the first blue differently. He's on this red to the right corner. The positional side of this shot is not guaranteed. Yeah, it was never going to be easy to control the cue ball. There's no 100% where the cue ball was going to end up. Pink has gone safe now.
Yeah, just about on the yellow. He'd love to bring the black away from the top cushion. Ooh, a bit harder. But does it go?
15.
Does it pass the red? We'll soon know. I doubt it. But once again, he's gone up for the blue.
16.
And he's got the angle required.
It's been an impressive start from Stuart Bingham. Okay, the break-off looked like it was a bit edgy, but since then, he's not missed a pot that he's supposed to get yet. And he's competed in the tactical department as well.
$21.
So 36 points of lead. He was looking at the angle there. You can see he's got the perfect angle to run through and cannon that red to the left of the black. But why take a risk? These four reds in the middle of the table with colours would seem that snooker's required.
22. $27.
A little bit further on the blue than he would have liked, but shouldn't be a problem. Just a little soft screw off the black cushion, touch the left-hand side. Yeah, nicely played.
33. $34.
Perfect on the blue, and this blue, one more red, will secure the first frame. Yeah, he struck the ball really well, as you say, apart from the break-off shot. He's looked in complete control.
39.
So he's up for it.
Yeah, nicely played. That's confirmation of that shot. Stuart Bingham is going to win this first frame, and a very impressive start it has been. Very unexpected black off a spot
47.
miss from Ronnie O'Sullivan at the very beginning of the frame.
48.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, the cue ball,
55.
but you would still never expect Ronnie to miss that.
Stuart Bingham.
Well, the red
55.
doesn't go in, but he was well past the winning line. Ronnie stays in his seat. Good start for Stuart Bingham. 1-0.
Parts a bit of side, so that's all he's done, shortened him up a touch.
Great to have someone with that eye and that technical expertise in your
Thank
corner.
you.
Well, they have a set of balls
Second
that
frame.
basically with no
Ronnie
weight in them, and it
O'Sullivan,
tells
frame.
you, and basically you know exactly where you're hitting it when you hit these balls, and they basically worked with that. So problem was straight away, right, basically.
It looks good so far as we go back to frame 2 of 8 this afternoon.
Not a bad break-off shot from Ronnie. A little bit pacey. Didn't find the baulk cushion. Stuart the same. Caught that much too thin. Left Ronnie a chance here. Yeah, he knocked in a cracking opening red in the first frame prior to missing that black off the spot. And he'll be disappointed to have missed that. That was easier. Excellent safety shot there from Stuart. The reds are spread slightly, so it's not guaranteed. I suppose if you could come off the left-hand side cushion as we look and nestle into that cluster below the pink, should be safe. It's all about line and not in it too hard. This looks good. Well played.
Touching ball. foul.
Well, once
Stuart
again,
Bingham,
going for all
4.
these thin edges. But at first look, don't think he's left any long pot. Stuart obviously has the option of putting Ronnie back in, but he won't. He'll see there's an opportunity to play a good safety, get that cue ball tight to the baulk cushion. Yeah. It's amazing. He plays one really good shot, Stuart, safety, and that one, well, a snooker term, he butchered it. The green helped him slightly, but the red's on. And in.
1.
And he's just got an angle on the blue, close to the cushion. I don't know if it's a case of just rolling the blue in. He might have to try and make the angle.
Obviously, the red he wants to get on is the one on the black spot, just to the left of the black spot. Tried to get on it there, and is he on anything? I don't think he is.
6.
Little sarcastic nod of the head. Big target behind, I should say, yellow, green and brown.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
And has he left the gap between yellow and green? He hasn't. Tapping the table from Stuart. So disappointing with the positional shot, Ronnie, but played a good safety.
It's all about getting a good line. If he hits the extreme right red of the cluster, he'll leave one. This is pacey. This is too pacey. And he's left one. Ronnie doing a lot of sighing there. Obviously, he felt as though he wasn't comfortable, but not to be on the black. Well, it's unforgivable.
Yeah, I've already seen 2 shots. I can't
Ronnie
really
O'Sullivan, 1.
start the second frame, but the black off a spot miss and that positional shot. 2 incredible from Ronnie. And I only say it because we're used to such standards from him. It's quite intimidating playing from obviously many reasons. Is the way he plays snooker, but also he's at the table before you've even got back to your seat. He's on you all the time.
That's a very good safety from Ronnie. Excellent length. My word. Well, that time missing the red is going to be costly.
Make that 3 incredible errors. I mean, that's usually you get 3 of those sometimes in a tournament. Stuart's just got to keep his focus here, because sometimes you don't expect Ronnie to make these errors, and sometimes it can put you off. They're a shock to you as well. You've got to make sure you concentrate on your own game. Just you and the table. I think the pink's available. Yeah, it's the right middle.
1.
The only thing is, if he pots it, you're hoping it doesn't go in the black spot. Well, he might clear the pink spot here with this shot.
Seven.
And that's exactly what he did. Can't play for the black this time, so up for the blue.
Eight.
And for the first time in this session, short. But fortunately, he's got the red, just the right of the yellow to play for.
Thirteen.
Well, he's made a bit of a mess of that. This red may be cuttable, but should have been on it better than this.
He may chance playing for the black here. Only because it's so thin that I'm not sure he can hold for the blue.
Stuart Bingham, 13.
Well, as you can see, when the cue ball came off the top cushion, he played it with a tremendous amount of left-hand side to check the cue ball up. It was a decent chance, that, and he didn't make the most of it.
Yeah, I think partly because, as I say, it's a shock to the system for Stuart, the sort of errors that Ronnie's made.
Stuart's just checked the cluster to see if there's a plant anywhere. May tentatively play a pot on this into the left corner. As long as he gets into the jaws, he shouldn't leave anything. We didn't get in the jaws. This red running free. Is the blue going to come to his rescue? No. Don't mind him playing that, but you've got to get in the jaws of the pocket and have some control over the object ball. Anyway, Ronnie, see how you handle this. It looks pretty straight. Got a slight angle to go back up for the blue. Not the cleanest pot.
1.
But in it went, and with green and brown not being on the spots, no problem. It's all about pace. The line isn't a problem, it's the pace on the cue ball. Well, the pot was nearly a problem. This blue only just dropped. It's straighter on this red would have been ideal. May still play for the black though.
Seven.
Just able to hold. Well, there's things happening here, Stephen, you never thought you'd believe. For Ronnie not to give it enough pace to drop, and a few of the others. So, listen, it's a quarter-final World Championship. Still a bit edgy and nervy out there.
But you expect Ronnie to cope with that. You don't. It's a very unusual start.
He knew there was no pressure on this shot because if he missed the black, it was going to block the pocket for the red, but just didn't hit it hard enough. He's playing the double. Oh, well, so close. I think Ronnie at the moment is just desperate to get going, and for some reason he just can't make the balls obey like they normally do. Stuart having a close look at the cluster here. I wonder what he's seen. What goes on in a snooker player's mind? Well, I think he was half thinking there was a possibility of potting that red in off the green. Okay, he hit the green on the other side, but it was a thought. Now, that green being near the corner pocket, will that tempt Ronnie thinking, well, this is a big pocket, this. But he's having none of it. Well, I thought there was a possibility there that Ronnie could play this red into the far left corner, particularly with the green being there. I'll be amazed if Stuart Bingham doesn't try it.
Yeah, there's no way he's refusing this. Can get a fairly safe cue ball. The black's waiting as well. There it is. Yeah, I'm surprised Ronnie didn't fancy it. Okay, if it was straight, it's more difficult than the shot Stuart had, but yeah, and to leave Stuart the option as well was surprising. As I say, since that black off a spot from Ronnie, I know he's potted a couple of long balls since then, but I think that's just kind of just put him off kilter a little bit. Well, if he's got any sort of angle on his red, he can just open up all the other 5 reds here on the black.
5.
It's a great chance for Stuart Bingham to win the second frame.
6.
I'd have preferred the screw shot, bring the cue ball back towards the right, the side of the table there, but he's still okay. One good positional shot here. You hit that well.
Yeah, we always say how difficult it is to judge, and I think that's why Stephen was suggesting go over the right-hand side. He had a bit more control of the cue ball. But just proving there, Stuart Bingham, that cue ball control ain't a big problem for him.
shouldn't really have been straight on this blue, though. Okay, he's always got this red to left corner, but any side of the blue makes it easy to get close to a red. You wouldn't expect him to miss this.
Purposely held the spot.
19. $20.
So important for Stuart to take advantage of the way his opponent's playing at the moment.
27. $28.
Yeah, Ronnie just not got going at the moment. These remaining reds with
34.
colours would be more than enough. In fact, I'm just looking at the scoreboard. These two reds with pink or black would be enough. He decides to go back for the blue.
35.
And he's overscrewed it. But the green, well, I presume those reds are nicely available, so no problem being on the green. And the green will go on the blue spot.
$38.
Red, colour red. That's what you need.
$39.
So this frame has gone.
43.
And that red now puts
44.
Stuart 47 points in front. With just 43 remaining. Well, 35, sorry. No way back to the table now for Ronnie. And we always say, and I will say it again, you never relax until you get your first frame on the scoreboard. And it will apply to Ronnie, like any other player.
48. $55. $57. $60. $64. $69. $75.
Clever little shot. Played with lots of left hand running side. Very well played. Well, the black didn't go in. But he won the first frame with a break of 55, a 75 in that. It was the Ronnie O'Sullivan show, but Stuart Bingham proving he's no bit part player. 2-0.
Yeah, and go frame 3.
He's absolutely, again, use the word butchered. Another break off Stuart Bingham. He's got away with it. He's not left a pot. But yeah, going back to Ronnie and the shots he's played, the safety especially missing it full ball. He's openly admitted he has been tinkering a bit. He's used different coaches and he's working on stuff with his cue action. So maybe it's not fully in the groove yet in terms of being out in the arena, but it's definitely very surprising to see, because his safety play is well better than anyone's really.
Needs a good length with the cue ball, and he hasn't got it. If it had been tight to the ball cushion, Ronnie wouldn't have played the red here to the left corner. He can play it now, but at the moment, the time is not quite there. Well, that was so close. He struck that really well. About halfway down that cue ball, he thought he'd potted that.
Yeah, I suppose if he's been doing anything well this first couple of frames, it has been, he's got knocked in a couple of really nice long balls, but he had to get that one. So you see where he's left the cue ball.
Thank you. 1. Eight. 9.
Well, that's a misjudgment. Need a lot more pace in that, and backspin on the cue ball. Didn't get enough on it. Does it still cut? It's mighty fine. Well, he got it. And he's played it with a tracer right-hand side to go into the bottom of the cluster. He's landing
16.
nicely on the red, and he can cue through to it.
17.
As high as possible, please.
This was a tremendous shot. And as I say,
24.
he played it with a lot of right-hand side so he could cannon into the bottom of the cluster. Played it perfectly.
25.
Well, the blue's off its spot. Pink's not really available, so no reason to go for any other colour than the black at the moment. Just a matter of keeping control of that cue ball, which he hasn't done. Slight grimace
32.
there. He's not come far enough for the intended red to stay on the black, it looks like. Maybe able to cannon the one next to it, play for pink to right middle. Well, he's decided to use the red to get back on the black. This is the 5th black with 5th red.
Yeah, and he's high on the list of maximums. He's made 9 in tournament play. Puts him right up there with the
40.
best. That's why we always say Stuart, an informed Stuart Bingham, if he's scoring, he's very dangerous.
Hmm.
48.
Not sure if there's an option to play for black here, though. There is a red, the one to the right, the pink. If you're maybe playing in practice or an exhibition, you could play that in the right middle and force the cue ball through, but not in the quarterfinal of the World Championship. Frame 3 against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Wow, I stand corrected. He tried to play for the black.
49.
Yeah, and now I'd be wishing that he just rolled it in and played for a ball colour. Don't get me wrong, he can pot this yellow, but it'd been a lot easier if he'd have played for it.
I mean, every credit for having
51.
you know, the bravery to play that shot, to try and make a 147, whether it's misguided or not at this stage of the frame. But he potted a good yellow with the rest there. He's on this red to left corner.
But in the end, you could say it found him out, because if he'd have rolled the red in and it got nicely on the yellow, if he'd been nicely on the yellow, he'd been nicely on that red.
Yep, totally agree. I'm all about aggressive snooker, but that was maybe taking it a bit too far.
Anyway,
1.
Ronnie gets the chance. First decent chance, you could say, since he missed that black off the spot in the first frame. There's a red in the middle of this cluster that goes. There's not really a lot of need to play
8.
cannons here, as long as he keeps pinpoint position.
9.
Yeah, and I'd love to know what Ronnie was thinking when he seen Stuart play that shot. Can he get the cue ball to the right of the two reds? He can. He nipped it beautifully.
$16.
Yeah, just catching the bump. But as I say, it'd have been a lot easier just to roll in and play for yellow or green. I think the other thing that I'd have had to bear in mind, Stephen, with that situation, is 2-0 up. It's a great chance to go 3-0 up.
Yeah. Absolutely. But that's not a good shot Ronnie's played there.
19.
Yeah, his timing's definitely out so far.
Can he get the cue ball away from the cushion here? He's playing for his next colour. Well, in the end, the red struggled in, and it wasn't a positive hit of the cue ball.
I'm getting the feeling this is a big visit now for Ronnie. Good pot on the yellow, positively played. He's back in prime position now. Needs to make the most of this opportunity, just to settle
22.
and get that cue arm going.
$23.
Now just looking a bit further down the track, so to speak. The brown and blue are in sort of awkward positions, but as long as he gets on the green good, he'll have
31.
had half an eye on that situation.
Yeah, the phrase "don't poke the bear" springs to mind.
38.
As I say, misguided shot.
39.
no doubt on top in these early stages of this match.
So a couple of
45.
key positional shots now.
$46.
Left himself a nice angle on the pink. If he gets nice on the yellow, he should be nice on the green. Perfectly played. Straight on the green for once would be perfect. Stuart in the background. Nothing he can do now. He's had his chance.
54.
Ronnie was wary of screwing too far on this green, but it looks like he'll drop it in. Brown's available into the opposite corner.
57.
You have to play a little cannon. Still needs brown and blue. Played it beautifully. Did Stuart Bingham miss a trick? And
66.
Stephen, apart from a couple of shots early in the break, he's taken these really well. Well, he should have made certain
Ronnie
of that
O'Sullivan,
pink.
66.
Only one snooker needed. It's always difficult on the pink and black, but he'll be annoyed he didn't make certain of the pink.
Foul.
Well, that'll be
Ronnie
enough for
O'Sullivan,
Stuart.
6.
I know a player doesn't like to concede when it's his opponent's turn at the table, but I think after Ronnie's played this, he'll cry enough. Well, does surprise me. One snooker with pink and black on is difficult enough. Two snookers? No, impossible. Good effort. Very good effort. But easy enough for Ronnie. So in goes the pink. He could frame that. And Ronnie O'Sullivan will be very pleased to get his first frame on the board. Stuart Bingham still leads 2-1.
He does, and to...
As John Parrott said, it was his choice, you know.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at the shot, it wasn't... You know, I suppose he maybe felt that the way he played it was just as easy as trying to drop it in dead weight. Oh, wonderful pot.
Yeah, excellent pot from Stuart. Black's tied up. So, but there's enough loose reds. So he can get that scoreboard ticking over.
4.
Another beautiful strike of the cue ball there. Almost came too far for this red, below the pink. But you can see how many reds he's got available to that right corner pocket, so
5.
bringing the cue ball down that side of the table was always going to be the way. Not judge that cannon to perfection, want it to be straighter on the pink. Not a problem potting it, but just a little bit further away from the next red. It goes without saying, he wants to try and open that black up.
11.
Now, having said that, if he's got the pink to both corner pockets, he won't be too much in a hurry to do that.
Oh, what happened there? That was a
Stuart
classic
Bingham, 11.
example of putting a quick one in.
Well, to get over that one. I suppose in typical ball run fashion, he's not left anything easy.
Great nickname, isn't it? Okay, big shot for Ronnie. Oh, super shot. Needs a bounce. Yeah, and he's got an angle on this black, but not much of one. None at all. None at all, and as we can say about these pockets, you can't with them.
Ronnie 7-1.
Yeah, just grazed the first knuckle of the pocket, and when it does that, they're not going to go in. Not at that pace anyway.
One of the best feelings in snooker, isn't it? You play a terrible shot, and then within a blink of an eye, you're back at the table with a good chance.
Yeah, he's got to sort of steady the ship now, Stuart Bingham. Make sure he converts this chance. Because if he doesn't take chances like this, he's not going to win the match, plain and simple.
4.
Over 3 sessions, you're not going to keep Ronnie quiet forever. He's going to have his times where he'll go into
5.
one and win 3-4 frames on the bounce quickly. That's what he normally does. So that's why these opportunities for Stuart are imperative that he scores. Didn't hit that last pot well, didn't pot it in the middle, and consequently he's not nicely on the next colour.
Yeah, I presume he wants to be on the blue, but anyway, he's got to play a recovery positional shot here off the green. Not quite out of the woods just yet.
8.
Yeah, good
9.
clean pot. Had to avoid the red that was near the right-hand side cushion. That's why he couldn't play for the blue. Judged it beautifully. There's two reds just below the pink to the right corner. One of them may go to the left corner. But he's played for him in the right corner. If he gets this right, oh, he just underhit it.
12.
And no excuse for underhitting it, in all honesty.
Now he had acres of space, literally, to land the cue ball in. 4 reds, even the one below the black spot, if he overhit it that badly. No, because he's not nice on the red, he's now not nicely on the pink. Not ideally, anyway. It's amazing how, when you're out of position on one shot, it tends to compound itself for 2-3 shots before you get it back. But decent pot in the pink there.
19.
Not sure what sort of angle he's got on this red. It's not ideal. He can't play topspin because I think he's going to collide with a red that's below the black spot. Can he play for pink to left middle? Yeah, he can.
20.
Still not out of the woods in terms of perfect position.
Played that delightfully. Got some lovely touches when he's in and around the pink and black spot areas, Stuart.
27.
So he puts this pink. He'll go 43 points in front. 3 more reds with colours required. There'll be a mid-session interval after this frame. He'd love to go in
33.
with a 2-frame advantage. And it's his hands.
$34.
Well, that was nicely played from Stuart. He knows all the
40.
moves. When he's break building. 50 points to lead. Still a possible 67 remaining. So red, cover red. To go into the mid-session interval. 3-1 in front. He's hit this too hard.
41.
Well, just when he's on the brink of winning this frame. When he could have played for blue or pink, he's run so far. He's just about on the pink, but it's taken him away from the red he needs to clinch the frame. This looks wonderful. No, he's just found the cushion. Now, 57 points to lead. 59 points remaining. Just this red.
48.
Overall, Steve, from what we've seen, I think Stuart would have been disappointed with anything else than a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been the best player in this first little mini session of 4 frames.
54.
As I said, when it catches that first jaw, there's literally no give in the pockets at all. But it's still shots that you would expect to see Ronnie potting.
55.
So an indifferent start from the world number 1.
$60. 61.
He made a 55 break in the first, 75 in the second, 51 in the third, but that wasn't
67.
enough. And possibility of a century here.
68.
So, as we've said, heavy scorer, Stuart.
He is, and he's obviously confident. I mean, he had that one shot in the middle of the frame where he really didn't hit it well at all. 3 or 4 of those
76.
shots apart, it's been a pretty confident start to this match from the 2015 champion.
79.
Remember that year, I tipped him to lose to Ronnie in the quarterfinal, he won. I tipped him to lose to Judd in the semi, he won. I tipped him to lose in the final to Sean, and he won. Before the final, actually, he said to me, please tell me you haven't tipped me to win it.
Oh, what a pity. No ton, but a good opening 4 frames from Stuart Bingham. Gets to the mid-session interval, leading Ronnie O'Sullivan. 3-1.
It sure does, and this has
Yeah,
been...
but Stuart is looks to be in a really good frame of mind, seems to be enjoying it, and you know, any opponent that looks like that is always incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're coming back, John. And for
I
you?
expect to see Ronnie pick it up a little bit. Gone away and assess that session, come back. I think he'll start to get into the match a little bit more. As for Stuart, great start. You'd have offered him 3-1 up, he'd have bit your hand off.
Thank you.
All right, we are back into frame 5. And John Virgo, Stephen Hendry, you've heard the comments. What do you make of them?
Be quiet as possible,
Yeah,
please.
I'm completely impartial. That's all I'll say, JV. What will be, will be.
What will be, will be. As we say with the snooker players, when you're sat in your chair, there's nothing you can do about it. Same in the commentary box. I think what we've seen from the first 4 frames, that Ronnie just hasn't got his timing quite right just yet.
Yeah, that in itself is a surprising thing for me. Quarterfinal of the World Championship, you think you've won 2 matches, you're in the groove now, surely. It's a very surprising start from Ronnie for me.
Come on, mate.
I said to Stuart, I seen him outside, I said, cheeky little maximum attempt there, and he went, I just can't resist.
No, he saw it there. Now, Ronnie, easy enough red to the left middle. Position, a problem. I think the black goes into the left corner. It does, as you can see, but how does he get the cue ball there? Not straightforward. It's going to have to be very precise on the black. Something like that, do it. Great shot.
Yeah, you can't strike a cue ball better than that. It had to be struck that well to get position. That one, not so good.
Eight.
Still on the red, to left corner, but obviously can't stay in the black.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
He's out of sorts at the moment.
One.
Nice angle on the black. Just play a little cannon here. Just flick that 1-2 up from the black. Oh, he missed it, but he's okay. Missed that one, but he played it in such a way that it was on another. He's as good as anyone in these situations, Stuart.
9.
And these balls are just beautifully placed. Well, I said that. Where did that one come from?
That's such a bad shot for someone of Stuart's ability and class. It really is. Sooner or later, Ronnie's going to start
Stuart
firing.
Bingham, 16.
And if Stuart doesn't get a big enough lead, he's only got himself to blame if he keeps passing up chances like that. So far, he's been able to get that lead at 3-1, but as I said, you just can't keep Ronnie out forever.
Yeah, I think the thing is that Ronnie will pick up on that sign of weakness. I mean, we're looking at the red, not going in the middle, but the positional shot. He was on the black there, similar to Ronnie. He just didn't get any stun on the ball.
8.
Anyway, chance for Ronnie now to pick up the pace and get that cue arm going.
9.
Yeah, it seems a really strange thing to say, innit, Ronnie? Pick up the pace, but yeah, he's down. But for Ronnie is
16.
when he's on flow, that's pedestrian.
17.
He can get to as low as 14, 15 seconds a shot when he's on fire.
$24.
Yeah, just having to give this a little bit of thought. If it had been straight on this red, he'd have just rolled it in. But he's thinking, if I roll it in, I don't want to be hampered by that red on the left-hand side of the table. So just giving it a little extra bit of thought.
25.
It's okay.
$32. 33.
Playing for the Reds in
40.
the right middle. He'd like to hold for the pink. He doesn't want to be going up to the balk end. Can he? Yeah, he can hold for the pink. No problem.
41.
As long as you can keep tight control of the cue ball, makes it so much easier.
This is exactly the chance that he would have wanted to get that cue arm, get that rhythm, that tempo going.
47.
Pink and black in the open, reds ideally situated.
48.
These should have been Stuart's. Say that really bad positional shot off the black.
55.
And then the misread in the middle. Unforced errors.
Yeah, not the best positional shot there from Ronnie. But was able to
56.
control the cue ball. And when he pots this brown, he'll put him 52 points in front. So just this one red required. And
60.
Stuart Bingham will need snookers.
$61. $67. 68.
Well, that seemed like a heavy contact to me, that. Quick glance at the scoreboard. 60 points to lead, 43 remaining, so no problem with that. He was just checking whether Stuart would bother carrying on, which he won't, and he certainly won't now.
75.
So a chance of a century here for Ronnie. I think the thing is, and obviously we know a lot of the crowd come to see Ronnie play and they'd love to see him make the ton here. But Ronnie knows it was Stuart's mistake that gave him this chance.
Yeah, if you're in Stuart's chair, you don't mind if your opponent's put a great long red, got in, won the frame, one visit.
89.
But when you've been in with the balls at your mercy and just gave up the chance,
91.
it's the worst feeling for a snooker player. Just to sit in that chair and watch him pot the balls that used to be potting.
94.
Career
98.
centuries, remarkably 1,262. That's 1,263. Wonderful break. Was in complete control. Gifted the
109.
chance, but of course you've got to pot the balls. And this will make Ronnie feel an awful lot better. Well played. That's give his fans something to cheer about. And it closes a gap. 3-2.
And we're looking at a man who has made so many...
From the minute he lost that, missed the red and the thing, he's just changed the narrative. You know, that was all the mistake Ronnie was looking for. And quite right what Neil says, the crowd get up for it. And all of a sudden you've got yourself... You had them subdued there. You know, you had the table at your mercy. Wonder if it's going to be a massive miss.
I wonder indeed, because Stuart Bingham had a great chance to really put the pressure on O'Sullivan. But Ronnie now just one frame behind going into frame 6.
Yeah, just a reminder, as in the second round matches, these finals are played over 3 sessions, 2 sessions of 8, and then the final session a possible 9. So we're still best of 25, first to 13. Not the best break off from Ronnie. Chance for Stuart. He could even play for the black off this red into the same pocket. Good pot. And he's on the black.
I think what Stuart Bingham does have is a pretty good temperament. I think he forgets bad shots pretty quickly, which is something you have to have in top snooker.
Now he can get through to the black. Not certain how the cannon's going to work out. He can't avoid running into the reds. Can he control the cue ball?
No, Ronnie.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do, Stuart, is miss the black.
Stuart Bingham 1.
More concerned with the cannon. But at first glance, not left anything easy for Ronnie. Well, thin cut to the left corner. Ooh, mighty thin. The red closest to the cue ball, I think will go to the far left corner, but that's a bit risky. Oh, well, it doesn't go, so that's not an option. He's looked at the thin cut. I think he's turning it down, and quite right. The one thing he doesn't want to do now, with Stuart having the memory of the last frame and missing a black off the spot in this, doesn't want to offer up an easy chance for Stuart. Let him suffer on those mistakes.
Thank you, 2-5.
Well, he's got something in mind here. I'm not quite certain what he's trying to get in behind the black, is he? Or at least use the black to cover the path to that red just below the yellow. Has he done it? Maybe not. Just offers an easy safety shot for Ronnie. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Oh! What a difference that makes. Nicely judged, and with that cue ball coming to nestle on the black, it worked out very nicely, thank you. Well, you probably heard Ronnie then say good shot. The problem was, with that shot, he needed to put a bit of left-hand side, but he couldn't because the black was there. Anyway, no harm done. Well, is that a toey nudge on the pink? Can Ronnie get to the right-hand side of the cluster? Can he get past the pink? He can't. But this red does pot. Oh, and right in the heart of the pocket. He knows it's going to be on the black, no matter what happens.
Just wonder whether he's tempted to play the cannon into the 3 reds on the left of the table here. No, decided to go into the main bunch. Does he have a red to the left middle?
That's all we can hope for. It doesn't look like it from where we are. No. Desperate to carry on this visit, but I don't think he can. Where's the cue ball going? Looks as though it's going straight into the corner pocket to me.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 8, Stuart Bingham 4.
Stuart, I mean, I thought, because Ronnie made a foul, he can ask Ronnie to play the next shot, put him back in, but he'd be a little bit concerned because he knows how good a potter and safety player Ronnie is, so best to play it yourself. He's got to be careful he doesn't catch the blue here. Well, he did flick it. Not a good shot. This was a beautiful safety from Ronnie. That's what Stuart was trying to do on his last visit. And because he didn't get a good cue ball, he made it just that little bit easier for Ronnie to play a better safety shot. Got to catch this just right.
Foul. No miss.
He doesn't want this nestling up behind the green. Could it be a free ball? If it does.
Free ball.
Ronnie could have done with being able to pot the brown. He's got to have him playing it from there, obviously. But if it had just nudged the green, Ronnie would have been on the brown. Just these fractions make all the difference. In these situations, you try and look at where there's a safety place on the table. Those 3 reds on near the left-hand side cushion, if you could just nestle into them, you might have it pretty safe, but he thinks there's another red he can play. Is it the one just to the right of the yellow? That's the target. It's not hard enough, is it?
Foul. No miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Well, Ronnie will have it put back.
Back.
Just came down this end. Just a bit of exercise, really. But it was a decent line. So I think Stuart will try it again. The problem is, if he doesn't get it, then he may leave a red to the far left corner, Stuart, so he'll be wary of that.
Ronnie.
More pace this time. And a good line. And a good hit. Yeah, decent safety. He couldn't flick off one of the reds, so had to send that red ball in and out of balk. Decent cue ball. Once again, Stuart's playing safe, which you'd imagine he will be doing down the right-hand side of the table. Got to be careful he doesn't catch that blue. Well, not a great white, but he's contained the situation. That was the most important thing. Last pot, 6 minutes. The way the balls have run more than anything. Sometimes the way the balls go dictates how a frame is played out, and this is an example of that. We got a glimpse there of something that Ronnie does all the time, and one of the few players I've ever seen, Stephen, that even when he's close to the cushion, he still plays with side on, doesn't he?
He very rarely, if ever, plays a safety shot with any side. Possibly when the cue ball's actually glued to the cushion and he can't impart side, but Alex Higgins was like that, wasn't he? He would always manufacture the cue ball.
Yeah, it's sort of what we used to call help inside. You know, if you want to catch a ball, quarter ball, you put a bit of left-hand side on, in this instance, aim at half ball, and then by the time the cue ball's got there, it gets that quarter ball, and you can swing it round off the two cushions. This will bring the black into play, playing safe off this red. Once again, the blue was the big ball in the middle of the table. But he's flicked past it once. He's caught it then. He's left a pot on for Ronnie into this left corner. And as I say, the black is now in play. Maybe not off this shot, but he can play for the yellow or pink.
One.
Good pot. Just not getting that immediate reaction off the cue ball at the moment for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the table's been a little bit heavy. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe the cue ball had lost some of its energy by the time it got to the object ball.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That was quite an un-Ronnie O'Sullivan-like shot, like almost like trusting to luck. Even when he's playing into cannons, there's always some sort of, he knows what he's going to do. It was to me, it was a little bit, you know, hoping he was going to be on one there.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit frustrated here. If he plays this pot to the left corner, it's fraught with danger. There's the frustration just getting the better of him. I don't think it's the right shot to play. He's just counting to 10 and calming himself down. This game, though, Stephen McCann, it's so frustrating. Just a fraction here, a fraction there. He's playing safe. Got to beware the middle pocket. And he did that no problem. And that's an excellent safety. Yeah.
Sullivan 3.
Controlled himself there. Well played. Just a little bit harder than he would have liked. He's got a good, decent cue ball, but he can get to this red just to the left of the black. Half ball on this will take him back towards brown and yellow. Good cue ball, good shot. This cue ball's close to the corner. It's going in.
Foul. Stuart Bingham 4.
Now then, it's a straight red for Stuart to go at. There is a red, half ball pot, but he'd love a straight red so he can stun it in and be on the black. Has he found a path by putting that cue ball close to the yellow? There you see it. It's still tight though, isn't it? But he thinks this pot gets him on the black.
Hello, Ronnie. Go on.
Yeah, hit that pretty hard, didn't he? He's only potted. His long pot success is down at 45%, which is not good. You'd want to be certainly above 60%. His opponent is at 80%, which is excellent. had to get that one. It was fraught with danger, as you could see, leaving the cue ball this end. Yeah, just a little sign of pressure, tension, just overhitting that Stuart Bingham.
Just a good positional shot here, Ronnie, and I wouldn't say it's a frame-winning opportunity, although he's got a 10-point lead already. But being nice on the cover will certainly help. He doesn't want to be hampered by the blue, which he is slightly in playing the pink. Not perfect. Looks like more room for manoeuvre and more comfortable cueing position playing the green. That's why he's taking it on. But that will annoy him. Just signs, and I've not seen it for a while, that Ronnie just getting a little bit frustrated here. It's almost, Stephen, as though the balls aren't behaving.
Yeah, the sort of the groans you're hearing is almost of acceptance. If you're playing bad, you play another bad shot, you kind of think, oh, it's another one. You accept it a little bit, or as I say, it's not a situation I'm used to with Ronnie. Oh, does that red cover the middle pocket for the pink? How unlucky is that?
Well, there you go. I mean, for all money, he was on the pink to the middle. And that red, it could have even dropped in. But it just caught the bump and has blocked the pocket. Now, Stuart, how brave do you want to be? Is he eyeing up the yellow? I think he is.
Yeah, he doesn't turn down much in terms of pots, Stuart Bingham. Very, very aggressive.
There you saw it. That red, so close to dropping. If it had done, what a chance this would have been now. Massive shot, this. Oh, right in the heart of the pocket. Well,
3.
I wouldn't say perfect on the next red, but a good pot.
Already the longest frame of the match. The balls have been awkward, really, for the vast majority of this frame. This is a decent chance to score. Certainly score. You would expect 30-odd points here, Stuart Bingham, without much trouble. He's got all the colours available. I'm not sure what he's thinking at the moment. Whether he's thinking of playing a cannon and the 2 reds near the black spot. I don't know. He looked down this direction. I don't think he should be playing any cannons at the moment.
Nine.
Well, obviously on this red to the right centre. Can't do a lot with the cue ball, but can get on the black comfortably. Oh, well, he's missed it. Unforgivable.
Stuart Bingham, 9.
Did not see that coming.
1. Six. Seven.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's much option here but to play the black and play for the red closest to the top cushion. Hasn't got an angle, I don't think, to disturb the two together. No, he hasn't. But managed to leave a nice angle. When the black's on its spot, get high on the black, and he can develop those two reds just below it. Key shots coming up.
$15.
Yeah, Stuart's, it's just concentration with Stuart. He's not stayed. He's not stayed on it. He's not stayed focused, because similar actually in the previous round. Ryan did. He's had lots of chances, Stuart Bingham, to have won more frames than the 3 that he's won. Ronnie, you would have to say, is not really out of first gear. But strong favourite to level at 3-3.
Yeah, this black will put him 32 points in front. It's not a straightforward run to the line, as you can see. Just working out which one to play. He won't play for the red along the top cushion. We've seen they're missable. That's okay.
30. $31.
This black will put him 40 points in front. So he's going to need, well, he's on the pink, same diff, he'll need this pink. $39 points the difference. Red colour, red
37.
required.
$38.
He might not mind playing for the red along the top cushion now, because he won't be playing it with any pace. He'll just make certain of this, and that will
43.
put him 46 points in front, with just 43 remaining. Oh, but it's not gone in!
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 43.
One pot away from levelling the match.
One.
Again, another really poor shot from Stuart Bingham.
Well, he's looking at the pink. Surely the green's the shot. The green's practically unmissable, and he'll still be able to win. There's 43 points remaining. Pot the green, he'll be 41 points behind. As I say, the pink is missable. The green isn't.
Four. Stuart Bingham 4.
Well, this cue ball needs to slow up. Needs to slow up. Wow, how many times is it going to go in off in that pocket? And this time Stuart knocks the red in, and the fact that Ronnie went in off on his last visit, there's a few more points to play with now for Stuart. He'll still need this red colour and all the remaining colours. It's hard to say from where we are whether that's good or bad, although he's getting down pretty quick, so he must be happy with the potting angle. Yep, it's changed somewhat with that 4-point penalty that Ronnie gave him. Doesn't have to be on the black, but the natural angle looks as though he's going to be on it. Oh, and another one missed in that middle.
Stuart Bingham 8.
As I say, it was hard to say where we were, whether he was good on the red or not, but the fact he got down pretty quick told me he was.
Yeah, he's just lost the head a little bit, Stuart Bingham, in this last frame or two. It's just not thinking straight. He's not able to string sort of 3-4 good shots in a row.
Clever shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have to pinch anything. I mean, even hitting the top jaw, he finished too low on the black. If he loses this, Stuart, I think it's another one that's got away. Can he get this safe? Yes, he can. Ronnie just looking for the red. He's 29 points in front. 35 remaining at the moment. Another cracking shot from Ronnie. Easy to hit. Wanted to get right in behind it, and he didn't, as the green come to his rescue. Ronnie having a close look. Does that red pass the green? It's frame ball if it does. It did. Match all square now. And Stuart Bingham will be kicking himself. The chances that have come along, Stephen, it's not been a 3-all match.
No, and you
6.
You kind of think if Stuart Bingham looks back in this match, if he does lose it, does he think it was this session?
9.
Okay, 2 more frames to rectify it, but has he thrown up an opportunity to really win this session and give himself a really good lead? His run has been so
13.
far off it himself, really, in terms of anywhere near his best. Stuart's not capitalise in the last couple of frames.
18.
Even the last frame when Ronnie made the century, Stuart had a chance before that happened.
24.
Yeah, there just seems to be an inconsistency of strike with Stuart in the last couple of frames. Doesn't matter about the black. So there you go.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 24.
It's all square. 3 apiece.
Yep, the 7 times champion is back on terms, and Bingham
Before he knows it,
started-
he's 3 each. I didn't blame him for leaving the auditorium there, to be honest with you. He needed to probably have a quiet word with himself and refocus. It's not a terrible start. There's a long, long way to go.
Indeed.
It's just that when you've had the good start he has, it feels like you've thrown something away.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are all square again, and
Stuart
2
Bingham.
more frames to play in this opening session of a best of 25 frames quarter-final this afternoon.
Well, a better break-off shot there from Stuart. Good cue ball. Left a red to the left corner, which Ronnie will take on, you would have thought, but with that cue ball being tight, never easy. Ah, what a pot. What a pot that was.
Yeah, that was stunning. I'm taking the bolt cushion. Straight away looking to clear the black spot area. This red. Black goes to right corner. Then he'll play for the red that's closest to the black. You can't believe it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
He can't believe it. We can't believe it.
And the way he smacked his cue on the table, it's just a frustration. It was one of those, if it had just been straight on the red, it wouldn't have been a problem. He's just getting those fractions are not in his favour at the moment. And as we said earlier, it can be such a frustrating game sometimes. But you've got to play it as it lies, and no excuse for missing the red.
No, there's no excuse for that. It's an unforgivable miss. He
8.
knows it.
Nine.
Good cueing there from Stuart. Perfect on this black. Play for reds in the same pocket there. You see them, both of them.
Yeah, when you're in Stuart's position, you've got to read the situation. You know that Ronnie's teetering on the edge of real frustration and blowing up. The balls he's missing. You've got to really get your focus and think, I've really got to take advantage here.
$17.
I think the reason it's so frustrating, that one for Ronnie, is because he potted such a stunning long red to get in. Played a great positional shot in the brown. You think he's in. And then he's obviously just flicked a tiny bit of unwanted side on, probably. Pushed the cue ball out of position.
$25.
Well, they call him ball run. He's had none there.
Yeah. Just looking back on that Ronnie miss there. As I say, if it had been straight, just rolled it in, he's on the black. He's rolling it in and trying to pinch a bit of the pocket to be as straight as he could on the black. But you can't sacrifice the pot for position. Never. It was all about that. Is he taking this green on? No, he didn't. Tell you what, that was a clever shot. What a clever shot that was.
25.
Purposely tried to hit the green and knock the red to this half of the table. Yeah, but he's not happy with the run of the ball he had there, but good safety. Well thought out. But of course, when Stuart did fail to get on a colour in his last visit, he opened all the reds up. So this safety exchange, the winner of it, could win the frame. Oh, and that might fall to Ronnie. What a mistake that was.
It's not been a session of snooker that I was expecting. There's been so many unforced errors from both players. Incredible.
1.
I was expecting it to be a real high quality match. This session full of big breaks, full of excellent positional play. Considering it's both players' third match in the championship, you think they'd be well in the groove by now. But it's been, well, I'm not going to lie, it's been disappointing from my point of view.
9.
But you're always going to have bad sessions in this World Championship. It's about getting the most out of them. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, however bad he's playing, could still end up winning this session 5-3.
16. 70.
So that black takes him 4 points in front. These reds in the open, forget the one that's near the green.
4.
These reds in the open, he's just looking now. With reasonably valued colours, that will get into snooker's required. So it's a good chance.
25.
May even play for the red just below the black this time around. Well, he didn't want to risk it. I don't blame him in many ways because we've seen him miss a few along this top cushion, but he will need that
32.
with the reds at this end.
33.
A couple of times he's refused to play for the pink here. Maybe it's because
40.
when the pink's put back on its spot, it just interferes with that red just the right of it. Has he got the angle to screw back for the black? No, he's playing for the
41.
pink. So let's see what... Oh, well, he's got a nice angle on the pink. He can just nudge that red away from the pink spot. And keep the pink in the open.
47.
27 points to lead.
48.
Will he be tempted to play for the red near the top cushion this time? He was. And now this red and a black
55.
and one more red.
56.
What this does is underlines what Ronnie's been saying in his interviews this week. Is he finds ways to win. He is a winner. Even when far from his best, he can still get the job done. Okay, he showed frustration
63.
on a few occasions this afternoon, but he still kept his focus on the job.
64.
He's
70.
already made 1 ton. If this goes in, I can see another one. But not quite, is he? Oh, it's not going to drop.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 70.
So 50 points the lead, 35 remaining. Stuart carrying on. Surprises me a little bit. 4 snookers needed.
Surprises me a lot. I would say, well, what's gone in these 3 frames? Stuart, concede this frame, get out the arena for a couple of minutes. Splash some cold water in your face or something, just to break it up, come back fresh, and try and win the last frame of the session to at least finish level.
Where's the cue ball going? Well, it won't reach, I don't think, will it? Not quite. Well, it was close, but Ronnie played that with left-hand side, so when it hit the right-hand jaw of that pocket as we look, that side was keeping it out. That's why it didn't go in off. I mean, obviously you keep the last red on the table, think if I get a snooker, might possibly get a free ball. But even then it'd be 2 snookers. It's funny enough, we talk about the frustration that Ronnie's shown. I think Stuart's playing on for the frustration that he's had. Not only this frame, but the last one. This is a good line and a beautiful length. Yeah, good hit. To no avail, I think, though, because this red's going to go over the corner. And Ronnie just needs the red. Well, that'll frustrate him a little bit. He'd have loved to have got this frame over and done with by now. I don't think there's any fear that he's going to lose it, but probably he'll think of another 5 or 10 minutes he'll never get back. Yeah, well judged. But I think if he goes past the pink with tons of left-hand side, he can get to this red off the top cushion. Don't want to swerve it too quick, though. Is there a gap between green and pink to get to the top cushion, and then you can play it with right-hand side? I think if there was, he'd have been playing it by now. Well, maybe there is a gap. There is a gap. You know, Stephen, there's always a gap. Needs the blue to be the cover. And it is. Easy swerve.
Maybe Neil Robertson can tell us why he's playing on, because I haven't got a clue. I think he'd be much better off preparing for a big effort in the final frame than playing on here. Unless it's he just wants to find a bit of rhythm in his cue action or something like that. I don't know. That he's lost. Maybe that's why he's playing on. He's not going to win the frame.
No, and I think you might have hit the nail on the head there. I think that's the only reason I can give for it. I mean, sometimes in a match, you know, if your opponent is running away with it, you can use these tactics just to slow him down, but that's not been the case. Because I know there'll be one. There'll be a gap. There it is. Now, can Ronnie get through to the potting angle? Can he? Can he just slip by the blue? He'd love to put an end to this frame. Right now. No, I'm not sure he could just get past the blue. Well, another snooker, but so easy to hit.
Yeah, it's another reason why I'm surprised he's playing on, is that there's not really a ball that's a really good snookering ball. No. Sometimes there'll be a colour near a cushion, you think, okay, you maybe get a few points from that, but they're all in the open. It's a forlorn hope. I don't understand it.
Yeah, me neither. If anyone knows his way around the snooker table, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan, so it'd have to be one tough snooker to get him to miss, I promise you. If Ronnie was full of negative thoughts at the moment, I could understand it, but I think Ronnie now is quite relaxed. He's, if you like, he's weathered the storm, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he doesn't. It doesn't affect him anymore. Even if he shows frustration, he gets rid of it. Nothing really affects him like this anymore. Well, Ronnie played this dead weight, so if he misses it, at least leaves the red over the corner pocket. No, he went full out for the pot again. To be fair, Ronnie will probably use this as he's working on things technically. He might use this as well.
Yeah, as I say, I'm not quite seeing what the value Stuart's getting out of this. Remember the old days in the snooker club, you'd be thinking, hang on, who's paying for these lights? Well, where's this red going? Is it knocking the pink in? And that's it. Well, that is a concession. At long last, Stuart put his finger on it. Ronnie O'Sullivan was 2-0 down, 3-1 down. Now 4-3 in front.
So O'Sullivan, he was unable to punish Ronnie because clearly the emotion was showing there. And you did learn something new from this shot that we saw from Stuart earlier on, didn't we?
Yeah, the green onto the red that he played, the safety shot was incredible. But I mean, that from Ronnie there, you know, that needs to be fully punished, and Stuart wasn't able to do so. You know, not for the first time in this match. And you know, if Ronnie wins this session 5-3, like Stuart will be like absolutely devastated with that, because in a best out of 25, there's always a session Ronnie comes out and almost plays lights out snooker. So.
Okay, well, this is the last of their session, and Ronnie with a chance to establish a 2-frame advantage.
Yeah, and on the balance of play, Stuart will be very upset. So a big frame, I feel, for Stuart Bingham. He's thrown away enough chances so far in this session. Opportunities to punish the great man. Anything but 4 apiece now will disappoint him, I'm sure.
Thank you. Final three of the third. Ready?
Well, I presume you played the cue ball against a bump in the middle pocket. It's always a bit risky. Could have gone in off, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say well played. That's not like Ronnie to catch the blue on his way back to balk. This red in the middle of the table above the pink is potable.
So, what was he? It did make a funny sound, to be fair, but the red's in.
New balls, please.
Two reds above the black spot. Round off 4 cushions to try and get on one of those.
Put the wrappers down, please.
He's not going to reach the 4th cushion.
Six.
Yeah, nice pot. And he's just about on the yellow, and he looks to have a nice angle to drop on that one open red, the one immediately to the left of the black. And this time, he is on it. It's the last of the loose reds, so he's an angle on the colour to try and bring other reds into play. Might be able to get it off the black. Play for the black in the opposite corner pocket. Purposely leaving it low. That's perfect. But give the pot due care and attention.
The
cue ball just buried itself in amongst the reds. You've got to be wary now because there's red gone close to the left corner pocket. He's got to cover the path to that one. Got to get the cover on this red.
Stuart Bingham,
I think he has. Covered by the blue. But the red just below the blue does pot. And if the black is available into the left corner, you just know that Ronnie O'Sullivan can't refuse this. The black may not be potable, but the red is the priority now. Big shot. Played it in such a way the only red he could leave was the one he was playing.
Yeah, that graphic pretty much sums up this first session. I mean, when have you seen O'Sullivan down at 85%? And he's winning, by the way. Bingham's at 88. As I keep saying, you would expect by this stage of the World Championship, you expect every player to be certainly above the 90s.
Well, it looked a bit reckless, but the main object of the exercise was to get that red away from the corner pocket. And that's what he's done. You could think a little bit fortunate to run safe. There's a double on for Ronnie here. You only play it if you fancy it. Because that's the problem with the double. If they don't go in, oh, I hope you're pleased at that outcome. I was going to say with a double, if they don't go in, and depending which jaw they hit, you're not certain where the red goes. Yeah, just looking at the where this match has been played out, but it's funny. I mean, if you just looked at the breaks that have been made, but it doesn't tell the story really of chances that have been missed. Oh, as to the excitement.
One.
Well, I don't think he expected to find a gap there, but he'll settle for it. A choice of the blue. And chose the blue, obviously, because the blue on its spot is always a nice ball to have in the middle of the table.
6.
Stuart's had no breaks of note since the fourth frame. 79. Can he find something? He has a breaks of 55, 75, 51, and that's 79. All in the first half of this session. I'd love to somehow find a 60 or 70 break here. Didn't want that cue ball near the cushion, obviously. Sure, he'd be hoping for an angle in the blue to maybe go into them. He has got a red he can drop on. Pots the blue virtually dead weight. He'll automatically be on the red, that's closest to the black. Good pack to go into from the black if he gets a nice angle. He's decided to play for the last potable red, which is to the left of the bunch, but if he got level, because of those two reds either side of the main bunch, it's a big target to go into from the black.
$20.
Now then, Stuart's having a look at something here. He's on this red. Not ideal. Well, he can run through for the black. I can only assume he was looking if there's a possible plant to the middle. I can't see one from here. See how he plays this. Now into them he goes, and he's on nothing. End of break. Yeah, there's certainly a case, and Stephen intimated it. He should have gone into them a bit earlier than that. So as I say, it's end of break. He'll go back to his seat with a 45-point lead, but still a possible 91 remaining. So this frame, far from over.
Stuart Bingham, 20.
Even the finish of it wasn't very good. Had a great opportunity to get him behind the brown there. Well, is this going to nestle up behind the green? It's going to be close. Just ran past it.
I think Stuart can play the red to the left corner. very good pot right in the middle of the pocket. And because he hit it right in the middle of the pocket, he's got perfect position.
Yeah, very well played. Doesn't have to play a cannon here. He can play for this red that's near the top cushion. There is a red 2 below the pink that will pot. But that was a precise positional shot, whereas this one he had lots of margin for error. And he's played it perfectly.
Seven.
There is a red 2 below the pink. You can see it there. It does go in the same pocket as that black just went into. Ronnie, well, I think he
40.
realises that he's not going to get out of his seat again this frame, this session. I think he's ready to go to the dressing room. Back to his apartment, whatever, and just... in a way, Stephen, I think be quite pleased with the scoreline because it could have been worse.
I think both players will be, without a doubt. Neither, as we've seen the stats, neither have been anywhere near the top of their game
50.
this afternoon. So yeah, it's a pretty fair result.
Now I presume this red closest to the cue ball will be available after the pink's potted. That pink has put him 66 points in front with 67 remaining. Doesn't interfere with the red, so
21. Just
screw up the table for the blue. And that will mean that Ronnie will not come back to the table.
22.
Well, it doesn't matter if he's on nothing. It just means we'll get back to the dressing room a bit quicker. As I say, Ronnie won't be playing for Snookers. He'll give Stuart the fist pump and say, see you tomorrow. Well, it had everything. It had misses, it had mistakes. It makes it exciting. But at the end of it all, both players were relieved that they're not behind. It's 4 apiece.
It is indeed, and a double session for these fellas tomorrow. They're coming back.